After 40, you're like, my body's
Who's
not
after 40?
recovering. We're both over 40.
Speak for yourself.
My body's not recovering the same. The energy feels different, even in marriage. How do you keep going? Like, what keeps you motivated to say like there's more?
There's more life, you mean?
Yeah, like life's not over, but like when your energy
Yeah.
changes and your hormones changes.
Your hormones are changing? Do you
Yeah,
find that? Because as a man. No, but as men too, I think y'all testosterone.
My energy changes where like I really want to be in the bed at 8 p.m.
You've always wanted to be in the bed at 8 p.m. since we've been married. What are you talking about?
Well, I think the first like 6 years because I was sleep deprived.
Oh yeah, we had our baby.
No, before that.
A year after we got married.
So sleep deprived twice.
Uh-huh.
The first part when we got married, when we didn't have Aaliyah, I was always running off of going to sleep like at 12:30 at night.
Okay.
Waking up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
For years.
That was true sleep deprivation right there.
But I didn't know, like.
Yeah.
So before I used to be bragging like, yo, I can fall asleep in a minute. Mm-hmm. And this guy told me, he was like, that's not supposed to happen.
It's supposed to be a wind down.
I was like, I don't need a wind down. I don't need anything. If I just shut my eyes long enough, I can get it. So I was sleep deprived then.
Okay.
And then we both were sleep deprived when Leah came. That was like walking zombies. So
we didn't know what we was. Yo, it was crazy. I remember one time. I think I took a picture of you. You was feeding her the bottle and you fell asleep.
I was bad, yeah.
You was holding the bottle in her mouth and you was knocked out.
Yo, but I was still trying to hold that same schedule.
Yeah, that was wild. And I went back to work too. It was crazy.
So like we hit 40.
Yep.
40's not old.
Mm-hmm.
But your energy.
40, you're just beginning.
Yeah, your energy changes, which could affect the marriage. Mm-hmm. What's the good and some of the challenges you see with that?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it 100. It all depends on your lifestyle though, because like 40 is not the same for everybody. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen some people I went to school with, I'm like, dang, Gina, you know what I'm saying?
Dang, son.
What happened? ¿Cómo estás? But then I see some that are just like living their best life. Like their 40 look better than their 20s, you know? Mm-hmm. But for me, I'm like, 40 was like it was like I had more wisdom. Went through I don't have the foolishness of mind anymore. You know what I'm saying? You went through some stuff in your 20s. You're like, I was definitely more settled where I'm now married. We have children, we have our home, and like I just felt a lot more grounded. But it also was a big turning point for like what's next. Because like the last 40 or the last 20 years, I would say, was about very intentional planning for me, about career, about, you know what I mean? I've gone through so many different things. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, it's not an aspirational 10-year, 15-year plan like that anymore. So it's like, what's the new plan? What's the new next 40 years or the next 20 years going to be like with our family now, right? Now it's a whole family move instead of like Jamaica focus. So yeah, I definitely think 40 was just like I just did an overhaul. Like I feel like the whiteboard was completely erased. And it was like a restart. Like remember one time we did an exercise where we like
got our
whiteboard and we made a new plan that was like the cost plan, because Jamaica had her plan on the left, Drew had his plan on the right, but there was no cost.
He actually superseded that plan too.
We did? I would love to. I wish you would have took a picture before we.
I think we did before Apple started making us have to delete every photo on that to have space. Shout out to Apple.
We love Apple. Apple might be our next sponsor.
Yeah, come sponsor us. But I remember writing on that board. One of the top things was to move, to start like dissolve some of the stuff we had, some of the businesses. We had a bunch of businesses at once.
Mm-hmm.
To like dissolve some of those. Homeschooling was one of them.
On the board?
Yeah, when we wrote it, we were not. It was on the board. It wasn't like this about to happen.
That was
and
wild.
Then it happened.
Yeah.
Anaya finishing college was
Mm-hmm.
one, and then us figuring out like how to learn connection to do things together,
Mm-hmm.
and like so we did a lot on that board. I think for me 40 was scary.
Really?
Yeah, 40 made me feel like I've always wrestled with like I don't got my life together.
Uh-huh.
But then the more I've talked to people, you start realizing, is it having life together, or is it seasonal and some planning and stuff like that? But I 40 was hard. It was probably the second birthday I had that I wasn't depressed.
Okay.
So that was good. But it was more so like, man, like in 10 more years, Aaliyah's gonna be 16. Ryan's gonna be 30.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a way we might be empty nesters, like, or whatever. But I was like, the main thing was, how do you now use all of the scars, all of the seasons, all of the lessons now to better the next 40 years? And one thing that stuck out to me was find out what prohibits you from doing life together. And once you find that out, go after it with like a spear, like attack the thing that stops it. Because like I said before in like previous episodes, when we do things together and work together, like we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying like if we had to be in a competition. Shout out, we did a competition before. We was rocking people at the park, remember, with the
Shout out to Marriage Master.
Yeah, we were rocking people. But 40 was like, there's certain things that don't matter the same way they used to. Like before, we mentioned before having a massive sneaker collection. I got like 3 pairs of sneakers, and one of them are Crocs.
Yep. I remember saying that too. I was like, if this dude really loved me, like if when we got through a real hard season, I was like, he gonna sell these sneakers. And before I knew it, I was seeing them Poshmark boxes going out. I was like,
no, one time you went downstairs and you was like,
it was like no sneakers. I was like, yo, he do love me. He never knew that I had fleeced the Lord about it. Like, if this dude have this $5,000 sneaker collection and we over here broke.
not knowing that my sneaker collection grew out of trauma.
Yeah, but okay, because you had them forever. Every time I used to say something about those sneakers,
the trauma was,
you'd be like, I got those in '96.
Yo, I loved collecting sneakers. Like if I was rich, I would collect sneakers now. Probably not the same style, but my dad, whenever he would disappoint me, he would come give me sneakers.
Okay.
So I always felt like if I'm having a hard season or month,
get you some sneakers.
Get me some sneakers. I mean, that's a bad thing to do, but
some people do a lot of different. Yeah,
some people do drugs.
Some people have different habits or whatever.
Mine kept me out of jail.
I would say though, for me, that 40. Because like I said, I don't know if I'm living vicariously through you, because we claiming that you 40 and above. I'm not claiming that, but vicariously through you, I would say that the same thing, that it was almost like a lot of the stuff just became stuff. I was like, I really don't care about the fancy car anymore. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't care about the big house anymore either. You know what I mean?
That was a big one there.
That was a really big one. I was like, let's get a tiny home.
We was tiny home searching
we
for
was tiny
every
home.
night.
We was trying to find a tiny home that would fit our little family of 4.
We almost did.
And we was almost there. But it's like things just changed how we were looking at things. I was like, I want to be comfortable. I want to have security. I want to know we have a little nest for our future.
We want to travel.
And we want to travel, and I want to be safe. I never would have thought that I would even include the word safe when somebody asked me what my values were, because it's like, that's automatic. No, I don't become. It didn't become automatic for me anymore. It became a real thing of a priority for us. I was like, no, I want my children and my family to feel safe and to be safe.
I think one that why the energy felt different after 42 is not that you've lived so much of stuff, but you've seen other people like live their lives too and see like those things are great, but is it gonna matter in the long run?